through 75 counties and hundreds of investigations, from the most violent crimes to petty infractions. This is Arkansas Crime Watch with Kevin Kelly.
3 men arrested in connection with a fatal shooting at a gas station earlier this month. Tonight, all 3 of them are facing serious charges. Good evening and thanks for watching Arkansas Crime Watch on Fox16.com. I'm Kevin Kelly. On January 14th, 2 men were shot at a gas station on Canis Road. One of the victims, 23-year-old Jacob Robinson, later died. The other victim is still recovering. Our Alexis Wainwright has more on the arrests and reaction from business owners where the crime took place.
I definitely feel safer, and I'm glad that the police were able to make an arrest.
A sense of relief for restaurant manager Denisha Caffey.
It's reassuring that they have gotten them off the streets.
After LRPD arrested and charged all 3 men in the murder of Jacob Robinson Wednesday. 20-year-old Charles McCollum, 21-year-old Sacier Rice, and 21-year-old Anthony Williams Jr. Caffey is a manager at Sims Barbecue, located right next to the Mapco gas station on Canis Road where the shooting happened less than 2 weeks ago.
It does affect the business, you know, when the crime rate is high.
On January 14th, LRPD responded to a shots fired call and found a 59-year-old man shot. And 1 block away from the scene, they found 23-year-old Jacob Robinson shot. Both were taken to a hospital where Robinson later died. Caffey hopes that these arrests will make people feel safer and bring more business back to Sims Barbecue.
It's very busy. We've been here for over 30 years in this location, and it gets pretty hectic here. So just to know that you can walk out and be safe is gratifying.
Police say the other victim who was shot is still recovering. Meanwhile, Sacier Rice is facing multiple charges, including capital murder and terroristic threat. The other 2 suspects, Williams and McCollum, are being held on felony warrants. The investigation is ongoing, and LRPD says they're working with local businesses for surveillance video. A suspect wanted in connection to a murder in Independence County turns himself into authorities in Missouri. 28-year-old Cody Weathers is charged in connection to the murder of 30-year-old Adam Lowry. Authorities found the victim's body inside a house on the 1300 block of Round Road. Weathers appeared in court on Wednesday. His bond was set at $750,000. Arkansas State Police are investigating a homicide out of Scott County. On January 23rd, someone reported hearing gunshots on Ross Creek Road. When deputies arrived at a home, they found a woman dead inside a pickup truck. The victim was later identified as Brahana Duran of Boonville. Her body has been sent to the state crime lab to determine the exact cause of death. A man who attempted to get away from Waldron police, was being questioned by state police in connection to her death. 5 different law enforcement cruisers all vandalized, their windows either smashed or blown out. Tonight, 3 suspects are behind bars. The crimes happened in the Little Rock River Market earlier this week during the Arkansas Sheriff's Association Winter Conference. According to LRPD, the crimes happened just before 3 in the morning. An officer was patrolling the Riverside Park parking lot when he noticed a few of the sheriff's vehicles with broken windows and doors thrown wide open. A teenager ran from the scene, and officers ended up finding 4 different suspects who were taken in, 3 of which were arrested. At least 5 cruisers from Pope, Independence, Union, Baxter, and Crawford County were broken into. People in downtown had a lot to say about the break-ins.
Are you serious? Sheriff's cars? In this area here? Yeah. I live right down the street and I haven't heard anything, so I'm glad you stopped me and told me the news.
2 rifles were taken from those vehicles, as well as a vest. Those guns have since been recovered. Caught on camera, a young boy setting a snack display on fire inside a convenience store. Take a look for yourself. Investigators in Jonesboro want help finding this young boy and his mother. If you watch closely, you'll see a row of potato chips go up in flames. A customer then rushes over to put the flames out with some soda and water. Here comes that individual right now to put the fire out. Now, since this involves a juvenile, we obviously can't show you his face, but the fire marshal hopes someone may be able to identify his mother or the clothes that the child is wearing.
We have a juvenile fire setting program, and we need to reach out and find this person as quickly as possible so this doesn't happen again.
It's frightening. It's very frightening because it's our livelihood. So it could hurt a lot.
Will, by the way, says potato chips can burn extremely fast, and the fire could have spread through the store. In tonight's crime report, Lono County deputies arrest a man after a high-speed chase. It happened on January 25th and ended when the suspect crashed into a ditch. But as Haley Brooks reports, it's what deputies found in the back of the car that caused them even more concern.
This just turned out to be so much more.
A Lono County man behind bars after leading sheriff's deputies on a car and foot chase. It all started when an investigator saw parolee Paul Holt Jr. driving a car and swerving into oncoming traffic.
He was all over the road.
Lieutenant James Hall with the Lono County Sheriff's Office says they tried to pull Holt over. That's when he sped up, driving more than 100 miles an hour. Lieutenant Hall says state police joined in and stopped Holt. His car went into a ditch, but the chase didn't end there.
He got out and just started running down a ditch line. He was caught probably 150, 200 feet from his vehicle. Didn't tell any of us that there was a kid in the car.
Lieutenant Hall says in the car he found a 1-year-old boy. They had no idea the driver wasn't alone. The toddler wasn't even buckled in.
The child was not restrained in the car seat at the time that I got down to the vehicle, and the car seat itself was not locked by the seatbelt.
Lieutenant Hall says the little boy was okay and his mother picked him up. According to Hall, the mother's boyfriend, Holt, was watching the toddler while she was away. As for Holt, he is facing several felony charges ranging from aggravated assault to endangering the welfare of a minor.
We try not to throw the book at just everybody, but crimes against children are crimes with children in the area, and they have no say in it, and you're putting somebody's life in your hands that doesn't want to be there. We don't take that lightly.
Reporting in Lono County, I'm Haley Brooks.
According to Lono County Sheriff's Office, Holt was booked into the jail and is now facing a number of felony charges. He also had a warrant out for his arrest for breaking parole. The FBI needs names to put with the faces of 10 men accused of assaulting federal law enforcement officers during the attack on the nation's capital. The Bureau releasing this seeking information poster with hopes the public can help them identify the individuals. They're accused of illegally entering the Capitol on January 6 and assaulting federal law enforcement personnel. Anyone with information on these men or any other information related to the attacks is asked to call 1-800-CALL-FBI, or you can submit it online at tips.fbi.gov. In tonight's Crime Tracker report, a 4-month multi-agency investigation ends with a major drug bust in Bradley County. Here's the proof. 50 pounds of marijuana and 3.5 pounds of methamphetamine. The street value, $230,000. The undercover investigation led authorities to 48-year-old Patrick Young of Warren, who was arrested this past Friday. He has since bonded out of jail but faces a number of drug charges. The reward for information about the massive American flag stolen last week has multiplied. On January 21st, we told you that Hot Springs police are looking for whoever stole the 40 by 80-foot flag in front of Alliance Rubber Company. We can now tell you that the reward leading to an arrest and conviction is up to $8,000. Arkansas Senator Bill Sample put $5,000 more into the pot. If you have information to report, contact the Hot Springs Police Department. The Pine Bluff Police Department has a new way to reach out to the community. Public service kiosks will help the department spread information to people in real time. The kiosks are linked to the internet and will allow the department to update information like upcoming events or threats to the public. The kiosks will be placed at the Walmart Supercenter and the Super One Foods on Hazel Street.
I live that day over every day. Over and over and over.
In tonight's cold case report, the Pulaski County Sheriff's Office holds a press conference this week on the murder of April Harris. Harris was a mother of 4 who was shot and killed on January 19th in 2018 while walking to her car. During the press conference, both family and law enforcement gave an impassioned plea for someone to come forward as they continue to seek new leads. It was 3 years ago, on January 18th, 2018, that April Harris was shot while walking to her car with her children at the Fairfax Crossing Apartments near McCain Place in North Little Rock. She was carrying her 5-year-old daughter when she was approached, according to police, by a man wearing a mask. Deputies say the man did not say anything to her before he shot her and her daughter and then left the area. Over time, sheriffs say they received several leads, but none of them have panned out. Her family had a firm message for the public.
For me, I live that day over every day, over and over and over. I cannot rest until I find out who is responsible for my daughter's death. So I'm asking anyone in the community, if you know anything, the smallest thing, if you don't feel comfortable reaching out to the detectives, we have a Facebook page for April. You can reach out to us.
Deputies are asking you to contact them directly, or you can call Crime Stoppers anonymously if you have information. As for that Facebook page, the name for it is Justice for April Harris, Mother of 4. Crime Watch and the U.S. Marshals teaming up once again to try and track down some of their most wanted suspects. Tonight, the spotlight is on this man, William Tyler Wiley. Marshals tell me he's wanted for a pretrial release violation. He also has a history of drug and firearm use. If you know where he is or have seen him, call the number on your screen. As we leave you, here's a look at Arkansas's most wanted. We want to remind you all of the suspects you've seen tonight are innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. Remember, if you have any information on any of these cases we talked about tonight, you're asked to call your local police department. Thanks for watching Arkansas Crime Watch. I'm Kevin Kelly. Be smart, be safe, and if you see something, say something. I'll see you tomorrow night on Fox 16 News at 5:30 and 9.